Welcome to Okoboji Broadcast, everybody. I'm Jeff Thee, coming to you from what is known as Paul's Body Shop. It is a polling station here in Dickinson County. I have Jordan Moyer here with me. Jordan is the election clerk of Dickinson County, out of the auditor's office. And first of all, thanks for taking time with me here today.
Absolutely, glad I could do it.
Let me venture a guess that you've never seen a flurry of early voting or absentee like we have during a pandemic.
No, we have not. It's been, being here for 3 years, this is the biggest one yet, of course, which it is my first presidential, so I kind of expected that, but not too much like this, especially with all the mail-ins that we got.
Oh yeah, and that certainly adds to it. Of course, during the pandemic, we'd have to have a presidential election, we have a senatorial election, congressional election, and several county elections as well. So that means a lot of people want to get voting, and understandably, with pandemic going on, they don't want to be shoved into places on the 3rd of November. Here's an opportunity, or absentee, to get it done safely.
Absolutely, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about what you're seeing. I'm just guessing from 2016, and you weren't here at that time, and you said numbers are just astronomical.
Yep. So we've had 1,300 people so far since October 5th, which is when we started voting here. You could request a ballot since July 6th, so it's 120 days before the election. So it's definitely, people have the option to do that, and we've gotten a lot of requests in, and a lot of people that we've sent requests out have wanted to actually come here knowing that we're going to be open as well, because some people still don't know that we're actually having a in-person polling or absentee voting.
Yeah, and I remember, just towards the end of September, you addressing the supervisors, and you were talking about you using the supervisor room for early voting, but then came with the realization of, we're going to have a lot of people into the courthouse because of this. And you had used this during the primary here in June, and here with Paul's Body Shop, just across the street from the courthouse, worked and is working out just great. We're watching people vote right now.
Absolutely, exactly. Yeah, it's been, even people walking in to vote has said just how wonderful it is in here, and it's, we're able to social distance with everything. We've got the PPE equipment if you need to. We're not making masks mandatory just because some people just don't like them or can't use them. So we have it available for people that want to. We've got hand sanitizer on all the tables and all precautions that we need to. We've got shields for our election workers.
Are you having to limit capacity at all, or is it just with the PPE and taking those measures?
We only have, we've got 6 spots open, and then we also have our break table over here for our election workers that we can put, 1 or 2 people over here. Otherwise, we do have people waiting just because we want to make sure that people are continually social distancing.
Now, what kind of dates are we looking at for people who continue to do this or absentee? What are cutoff dates, and what do people have to do?
So the last day that we can mail out an absentee ballot to you is next Saturday, October 24th. So that is the final day that we can mail anything out, and the only reason we would mail one out after that is because for some reason you didn't get your ballot in the mail, or there was a discrepancy and you need a new one sent out to you.
All right, very good, and that's getting down to the wire right there. Now, as far as postmarking something, what does something have to be postmarked to be counted on the 3rd?
So it's got to be postmarked on November 2nd, which is the day before the election, and it has to be in our office on November 9th by noon.
Okay.
And that way I have enough time, because I'll have to canvass the results on Tuesday for our supervisors meeting.
Yeah, exactly. But it'll be, and do those early ballots get open prior to the 3rd, or is it all on the 3rd of November?
So absentee ballots, anything that was mailed or here at Paul's Body Shop, will be opened on October 31st, and it'll be left in the secrecy sleeve. If for some reason, sometimes the directions, they just don't see them. They just want to make sure that they cast their ballot. So sometimes people don't put them in the secrecy sleeves. So once my absentee board is here on that Saturday, if one is not in a secrecy sleeve, it'll be put in the secrecy sleeve. So then on Monday, the 2nd, is when we will take them out of that secrecy sleeve, and I will be putting them through our ICC machine that we have that puts them really quick.
Okay, and then the polls open on Tuesday, November 3rd, and they open at what time and they go to what time?
7 a.m. is when we open, and we're open until 9 p.m. that 9 p.m. is a cutoff. If you're not in line by 9 p.m., we shut the doors and you're not, that's it.
Yeah,
so that's by law too.
Don't lollygag.
Yes, exactly.
Now, how about, and of course, this, as I recall, this was the only polling spot for the primary in June in Dickinson County, wasn't it?
Yes,
now,
correct.
For the general election, what's going to be different?
So by law, talking to the Secretary of State's office, we had to have 65% of our polling locations open. So what I'm doing is I'm doing the same locations of what we had for the city and school election. And that would be, we have the Expo building, the Lake Park Community Building, the Roof Garden, the Milford Community Building, and the Terrell Memorial Building is where we'll have them. And that's one thing I wanted to reference too, that if you don't know where you vote, you can go onto our Secretary of State's office website, which is sos.iowa.gov, and you can put your information in and it'll tell you where you vote.
Yeah,
or you can always call our office as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's one thing. The courthouse is open, and even though trying to keep an eye on things, the offices have been open and ready to go throughout this entire debacle. Is that a good word for what we've been through the last
pretty
7
much.
months?
Yes, yeah.
So, questions, contact either the website or call the courthouse, talk to the auditor's office. I got to say, you guys are just doing a bang-up job getting ahead of this thing.
We appreciate that. And, some people forget what we go through in an office to get an election ready. And, only being there for 3 years, when I got the job, I never would have thought that what we're going through is how an election worked. I figured I just casted a ballot and put it in a machine and my vote got counted. And now it's 2 months prior to an election is where you have to start getting everything. It's the candidates, it's the filing all the paperwork, and there's a lot more to it that people don't understand, and definitely the stress of it too.
It's always the behind-the-scenes stuff, Jordan, that people don't. And of course, I don't think anybody 3 years ago would have said, "Oh, I bet this is what it's like for the election of 2020." So, well, thank you to you, everybody in the auditor's office, Lori, and you're just doing a fantastic job. And just a reminder that early voting here at Paul's Body Shop, just across the street to the south from the courthouse, and get the early voting done. What do they need to bring if they come in here?
They'll just need their driver's license when they come in.
Okay.
Yep, just their driver's license. And if they don't have a form of, a driver's license, then you can bring your voter identification card, but it is by law you do need to bring a driver's license.
Absolutely. So don't forget that, so you have to take a trip back home. Okay, all right.
Yep.
Well, Jordan, thanks for taking time with me and informing people of how the voting process is going and going to go on November 3rd.
Absolutely, thank you. Just a reminder, if you need to drop off your ballot, that you can go to the drop box on the west side of the courthouse. Okay. There's a box there that says drop absentee ballots here.
All right.
Yep.
I'm assuming it's a secure box, and
absolutely.
Get at it.
Yep. Lori goes and checks it. We got Tammy and Kristen in the office, and they go and check it. 4, 5, 6 times a day.
All right.
So,
Again, Jordan, thanks for being with me.
Yes, thank you.
Jordan Moyer here from she is the election clerk here for Dickinson County. Again, we're at Paul's Body Shop where the early voting is taking place. We thank her for being with me. We thank you for watching right here on Okoboji Broadcast. Okoboji Broadcast with Jeff Thee is brought to you in part by Pure Fishing in Spirit Lake, the Scott Troutman State Farm Agency in Spirit Lake, Last Touch Painting and Cleaning, providing interior, exterior, and house painting and professional cleaning services in Spirit Lake, Okoboji Mattress Company, 1 mile west of the junction of Highway 9 and 71 in Spirit Lake, Bank Midwest, dream big, plan wisely, live well, and Ducky's Marine and Motorsports Repair in Spirit Lake, Lakes Regional Healthcare and Avera Partner, Brand's Law Office in Spirit Lake, Ruthven Locker, where carnivores are welcome on Hill Avenue in Spirit Lake, Beck Engineering in Spirit Lake, B Radiant Laser Skin Studio, newly located in the Okoboji Plaza in Okoboji. And by Quest Wealth Management, a financial advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services, advisors Jan Spielman, AJ Spielman, and Erica Wachholz.